Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, the Hildibrand episodes. In the last one, we ended up getting a new partner, Brandahild, a failed clone of Hildibrand who seems to be more competent than him, as well as getting to fight as Godbert to take care of that fucking Dr. Lugae again. We're still searching for PuPu's friend, but we're having trouble getting leads. Hopefully we'll find something better this time. For now, we gotta talk to Delion again. By agents unknown, Delion is trembling with barely contained enthusiasm.
Rei'tan, eager to resume our investigations? I know I am. You recall that scrap of alien starship we recovered? Well, Inspector Brandahild has employed his unsettling calculative capacity to extrapolate the damage to the greater whole. He has concluded that the vessel would be incapable of flight without extensive repairs. Our most likely scenario, then, is that some unknown agent made off with the starship wreckage, along with PuPu's acquaintance. Fortunately, I have a fair idea of who that unknown agent might be. After all, there's a singularly shadowy cabal with a history of concealing extraterrestrial activity. Actually, let's head first over to Kama. The Inspector and the others are staying in a dwelling there, and I'd rather not explain myself twice.
Alright, back to the house in Kama. So, let me go to the Aetherite. And let us go to Kama. Kama Chameleon. Alright. Seriously? Seriously. Everywhere now. Alright, Hildibrand. Oh, PuPu's in the bed. What's going on with PuPu?
'Tis horrible misfortune, Rei'tan. Calamitous, even. Poor Master PuPu has fallen gravely ill.
What? He's so bluish-green. More so, I mean.
Could he have caught a cold? I suppose it's quite chilly up there in Garlemald. PuPu is an alien. Who knows what extraterrestrial diseases might be ravaging his body?
Seriously, Nashu? Nashu's delights are the best medicine for whatever ails you, as the Inspector himself can attest.
Good gods, Nashu, you'll blow our host's domicile to pieces. Put them away. If I may, when I was cloned from the Inspector, certain gaps in my knowledge were patched with supplementary data from the starship's archives. This information included an encyclopedic understanding of Master PuPu's physiology, which should be sufficient for me to diagnose his condition. A Xenoman hybrid mind. That explains the impossible calculations.
Once again, we think. And think. And think. And we have thunk.
I have it. Master PuPu is afflicted by a terrible case of the common cold. Gods grant me strength. As a visitor to Aetheris, Master PuPu has no prior exposure to our maladies. He is thus particularly susceptible to infection, and more likely to experience severe symptoms. Aha! Just as I surmised! We must put aside the case until we have nursed our stricken companion back to health. But even if it is a common cold, isn't there a risk that our medicines do him more harm than good? They almost certainly would. Based on the results of my analysis, however, I believe I can synthesize an effective remedy. We need but gather the ingredients. Then ingredients you shall have, so what are we gathering exactly? Most of what we require can be drawn from Master PuPu's collected samples. Otherwise, there are two which we lack. First is the liver of a giant tortoise. A suitable organ can be extracted from the Kachapa wandering the salt wind's welcome. Ah, the slaughtering of monstrous opponents. That sounds like a job for Rei'tan.
Sure, I got it.
The other material in question is a rare fungus known as damp shroom, which I am hoping can be found among the Great Work's extensive stock of alchemical reagents. Very well, Nashu. Delion, I will scour the alchemist shelves. While I look at that, you remain here and keep an eye on our ailing patient.
Inspector Brandehild, you are such an expert on all things Thapnir.
Oh, I wouldn't say expert. Simple conclusions from simple observations, nothing more. As I said, I am hoping the alchemists have the damn shroom we need, but it really is quite rare. Once you have the tortoise liver, would you be so kind as to assist the others in procuring the fungus?
No problem.
And let us prolong Master PuPu's suffering a moment longer.
Let's not prolong. I cannot talk.
It seems we have a job to do. For the discussion of the abduction, we'll have to wait.
Fair enough. No, I mean, we wouldn't exactly have a case if our client was dead. So a giant tortoise river, so fly over to Yedlimad? And thus, we fly out. Should be simple enough to find one, such as right here. Kachapa. Thankfully, they are not that strong. I didn't even need to go into my dancers, do my standard step. Then we just fly to the Great Work. I didn't mean to get off my mount. Let us get a move on. Where are you? Oh. I was literally flying above them. Derp. Alright, I got your bloody liver. Emphasis on bloody.
Ah, Rei'tan, I had every confidence you would bring us a suitable liver. Alas, the dank shroom yet eludes us.
The alchemist said the fungus has few applications, so they don't bother to stock it most of the time.
Then I must put my keen inspector sense to work. Stand back while I attune myself with the essence of the dank.
Really?
Damp. The word is damp shroom, and you'll forgive me if I have no faith in your abilities. 'Tis close, my friends. Getting closer and closer even as we speak. I hear you folks are in the market for damp shrooms. I might have something to sell, if you're interested. But how? We certainly are, my fine fellow. Right then, if you'll give me a moment to retrieve the goods, we can finalize our transaction up on the perfumed rise. Was it genuine clairvoyance or sheer coincidence? I'm not sure anymore. Though in all fairness, when it comes to Inspector Hildibrand, preternatural perception is one of his least baffling talents. In any case, we should hurry to the rise and take this man up on his timely offer.
Alright, let's go. Come on! You are... How... Nashu, how can you not notice this fucker? Seriously. He's literally right there all the time. You can see him in every corner of the world. God. Anyway, let us continue to our destination, to which we shall destinate. Alrighty.
Ah, you're here. Good, good. And here's the damn shroom as promised. Oh-ho! Glad are we for your assistance.
Not so fast. There's still a matter of payment.
Of course, of course. How much do we owe you, my good man?
Considering the extreme rarity of the fungus in question, I wouldn't go for less than 1,000,000 gil. 1,000,000 gil for one measly mushroom? That's outright robbery! A bargain, I counter. If you would pay tenfold for my price in the markets. I thought to do you a kindness in light of your urgent need, but I am more than willing to find another buyer if you wish to spit upon my generosity. Noshu, how fare we for coin? We're plumb out, Inspector. Ah then, this is a prickly pickle. Where are we to obtain sufficient funds at such a short notice? Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? I have an orchestrion roll collecting problem. Gotta buy them all. Spent my last of my savings on Return to Oblivion. Look that song up if you get a chance. It's a banger. But 1,000,000 gil, was it? I can afford that. Rei'tan, our savior in every sense of the word. Give that man nothing! Oh boy. Looks like the Radiant host got a hold of him. We have you now, deceitful scum. Your swindling days are over. Rei'tan City Guard at your service. We received reports of this man's questionable activities and have been keeping a close eye on him ever since. Damn shroom is a rare find in the bazaar to be sure, but only because there's no real demand for it. The price the charlatan quoted you was quite frankly ludicrous. But thanks to your ignorance and poor judge of character, we were able to catch him in the act. As a token of our gratitude, you're welcome to keep the fungus. Assuming you still want it. Yes, very much so. That is very magnanimous of you. Alright, we got our mushroom free of charge. Bah, you think I enjoy tricking fools out of their coin? If that bastard hadn't declared my job redundant, I wouldn't have needed to stoop so low. Ooh. He blames a rising star among the merchants' princes for his woes. Vanudi, I believe his name was. Purchased the trading consortium where the man was working, which led to a restructuring of the hierarchy. Put a lot of people out of work. Vanudi. I know that name. Something about an acquisitions deal gone sour. Father was willing to sell him a slice of his Hunnish enterprises, I think. The bulk when the man offered to buy our family business in its entirety. Oh, so we're coming back around to that. Truly, there is no telling how deep the coffers of this Vanudi are, nor do any know the secret of how he amassed such a kingly wealth so damnably fast. There are whispers, though, that he solved alchemy's oldest and most legendary of problems, the transmutation of base metals into gold. Unlikely to say the least, but whatever the source of Vanudi's riches, he shows no reluctance in spending them. He's bought a historic temple to serve as his home, and commissioned a private ship, among other extravagant expenditures. Nice for some, eh? So I have a feeling who this fella is. Poor, that swindling case was barely started before you solved it, Inspector. All in a day's work, my dear Noshu. I believe our business upon this scented hill is concluded. Let us hurry the ingredients back to Inspector Branderhild, shall we? Alright. Let's go ahead and find them. God, again? I may have mollified his lordship with the secrets of divine manifestation, but the stench of failure yet clings to me. I must redeem myself in his eyes by crushing my most hated foe. Whee! God, what are you, Team Rocket? You are tenacious. Did you just die already? Like, seriously, can we just crush his metallic skull and be done with him? Alright. Back to Rei'tan. Ethernet back to Kama. And here we are. Inspector Hildibrand tells me you have the liver to go along with his damn shroom? Yep, here you go. A fine specimen, thank you. I will be mixing the ingredients in the starship, so let us convey Master PuPu outside so that we may administer his medicine as soon as it is ready. I couldn't quite talk there. Sometimes my mouth turns to mush, like then. This should be sufficiently remote. I'll have the craft come to us and we can commence the treatment. And here it comes. Goblin. And now she's sleeping as usual. Oh boy. Hey, he's back to normal. Oh, I feel so much better. I cannot thank you all enough. Yeah, it's good to see you're better. Master PuPu recovered his strength in mere moments. 'Twould seem his powers of recuperation are just as advanced as his technology. I came here from another world, stranger you've no cause to trust, and yet you've treated me so kindly. People of the star are so very welcoming. Ah, you are a dear friend now, Master PuPu. 'Tis our pleasure to help. Happy little alien. Seriously? And it will be my pleasure to harm. Seriously? This is getting ridiculous. Think. I love this animation. I will not fall for the same trick twice! Uh-oh. Oh no! Brandahild, no! Ow. He falls in a different way than Hildibrand. Now it's his turn. Cartoon squiggles. Huh? I'm pretty sure I can tank the hit, but... Oh, Hildibrand's taking it taking the brunt of it. Oh, poor Hildy. Both our Hildies are down. Impudent worms, taste my full power! Nashu, what are you doing? Oh, she's locked in. Poor Coblin. He didn't deserve this. Oh no. Don't worry, I got this. Boom! 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 And now I'm a basketball star. So that's volleyball, soccer, basketball. What's... He's like, not again! Oh boy. Seriously, you're in broad fucking daylight. Anyway, I got it. Oh boy.
You took the full force of that destructive beam, yet you stand, somewhat singed but apparently unharmed. I've pondered and puzzled over this inexplicable fortitude of yours, and I feel compelled to ask. Are you an alien? Ha ha ha, a fine jest, but I assure you, I am no doubt an old Dawn-born Mandeville of terrestrial Hyorin stock.
He's Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. What more do you need to know?
Where to even begin, but never mind. We have more pressing matters. Such as locating Master PuPu's missing comrade. 'Tis time we reopened the case of the silent correspondent.
How many times has this been closed and opened?
Yes, exactly. Well, I have a firm theory as to who it was that took the wreckage and its erstwhile pilot. The Sharlians! I'm all but certain they've allied with insidious extraterrestrials, which means they'll be under orders to remove any evidence of alien activity. I wager we'll find what we're looking for in Old Sharlian. We need only infiltrate their operations and expose this nefarious conspiracy.
Sharlians can't be bothered to formally ally with foreign nations, much less aliens. And the Loperites don't count.
While Master Delion's theory does lack supporting facts, we have no other promising leads to pursue at present. Moreover, I understand that Sharlians set the standard for monitoring astronomical and astrological phenomena. Mayhap their experts have been tracking extraterrestrial movements. I've spoken out of turn. Please forgive my presumptuousness.
Yeah, you're fine.
Nay, my friend, I too sense our paths point to the Isle of Archons. Pack your bags, everyone. We leave for Sharlian immediately.
Well, it's an easy trek. The Aetherite and Yedley band will lead us directly to it. Provided you can handle the sickness. Not from around here. Hildibrand is keen to embark on the next leg of your investigation.
Sharlian awaits. We need only charter a suitable sea vessel. Of course, but does not the city lie many days' sail to the north? Is there no swifter means of reaching our destination?
Yeah, there's an Aetherite we can take.
So this experimental Aetherite will allow us to teleport hither, even absent attunement? Splendid! And we shall avail ourselves of this technological marvel forthwith.
Alright. I'll see y'all in Sharlayan. Sharlayan was my mainstay for all of Endwalker. I just stayed in this town and never left. I basically would find myself idling right in this spot for hours on end, sometimes just listening to the music and stuff. But yeah, I love the music here. I love the vibe. He's puking his ass out. Serves you right, you little cheese boy. Ooh, Jesus, nasty. Hey, Delion, how you doing?
Oh, God save me.
I hope Delion wasn't too attached to his dinner. Oh, when you've traveled across the cosmos as much as I have, teleportation is not the least bit disconcerting.
So this is the City of Learning. Sophisticated gentlemen could feel right at home here. How are you all not sick to your stomachs?
Experimental aetherites make travel exponentially more fun.
Sometimes I feel as though I'm the only normal person in this group of eccentrics. But this is not the time to succumb to nausea. Not here, in the belly of the beast. Rumor has it the Sharlayan's secret agents travel the star in search of specimens, which they collect and bring home in service to a confidential research project. Said project is conducted at a huge underground military facility. If we're to find answers, that's where we need to look.
Secret agent? You mean gleaners? Labyrinthos, not a military facility.
I say this Labyrinthos sounds promising. I say we head down there and make inquiries as to the whereabouts of our missing alien friend. We simply take a lift from the hull of the Artifice, yes? Then let us be on our way.
Alrighty, let's get a move on. Just make our way forward, just make our way forward. Warp to the Rostra. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. God, I love this song. It's just a reiteration of Flow, and god damn it, if it doesn't... Okay, it's kind of cheating because that song will make me cry. PuPu. What beautiful architecture! Sharlayan is clearly one of your more advanced civilizations.
The city's archives are said to be bursting with knowledge of countless peoples accumulated over the centuries. I should very much like to peruse the shelves once we've attended our main mission.
Nashu? If you're feeling poorly, my all-purpose cure can perk you right up.
No, thank you. I am much recovered.
Yeah, you don't want the bombs. I think Hildibrand is the only one who can handle the bombs.
Ah, these must be the lifts in question.
Do you wish to descend into Labyrinthos, sir? Yes, I do. My apologies, but each of your companions must also secure the proper permissions before we allow them entrance.
If it's assurances you need, then surely a single glance is all you require to judge us trustworthy.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, Hildy. I could certainly make some judgments, but this is neither near nor there. Admission to Labyrinthos is subject to foreign policy.
You're the ones who should be judged. I know you're hiding aliens and xenotechnology in that underground base of yours. Admit it!
Xenotechnology? I sincerely have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yet again do our paths cross in the most serendipitous fashion.
Father, what business brings you to Sharlayan? I am in search of a certain object, one crucial to the continued refinement of the Manderville weaponry. My investigations have led me to believe it is found here in Labyrinthos. And as you also seem to have business down below... This is my son and his bosom companions. If I vouch for their character, will you kindly allow them to board the lift? Ah, Master Godbert Manderville. The Forum sent word of your impending arrival. As a member of the Syndicate, your ambassadorial status affords you an entourage up to a group of 5 members. Pray consider their permissions arranged. I know not of your current mission, but for the time being, I suggest you accompany me to the Archeon. Alright, Archeon it is. Denied. Denied, you little cheese boy. Alright. Let's warp to the Archeon. Labyrinthos is such a nice place. Underground facility with a fake sky. Built to gather the world's archives and stuff. Okay. Delion? An underground archive was such an extravagant recreation of an outdoor habitat. What innocent purpose could it possibly serve? Oh, but of course, they're performing simulations that hone their strategy for aiding the aliens in their invasion of the world above. Dude, calm down. We're underground, but above ground at the same time. PuPu? Ah, they have transformed this subterranean environment into one more suited to the surface beings. I'm reminded of the orbital stations built by my own home star. Charlian structures truly are a work of art. Simply inspiring. What an incredible vault of accumulated curiosities. I should very much like to return here once our mission is complete. From what Father tells me, the storage facility is replete with samples from specimens collected from every land on Etheirys. If anyone has information concerning visiting aliens and crashed starships, it would be these studious folks. A shiny silver saucer? I'm sorry, but we have no record of any such objects in our archive, either whole or in part. So you would have us believe, by the purpose of this complex, this military fortress is plain. You cannot deny that you're conducting secret research on alien starships. We're not conducting secret research on alien starships. Yes, we did build a starfaring vessel in Thomazine. It was neither for military purposes nor of extraterrestrial origin. Disguising your foul lies with a sprinkling of truth, are we? Fine, I'll dig up the facts myself and then everyone will hear what you're really up to. Whatever. While I cannot assist you with your missing craft, I do recall seeing an individual of like appearance to your companion here. You do? I completely fucked that up. You do? And pray tell, where was this, pray tell? At Merigyal Argonomics, in the medial circuit. The lift at the back of the building will take you down there. My thanks, my good man. Well, it seems you found yourself a solid lead. I have my own search to attend to, so I shall bid you good hunting and good day. Alright. See you later, Godbert. Another round of in-depth inquiries by the Agent of Inquiry and friends is in order. To Merigyal's Argonomics, there we go. Ooh, I couldn't... Ugh. Try to say these words. They're weird words. Weird words all around. Hell, Hildibrand's a weird name. Anyway, let's get going. I believe the Argonomics are right here. Oh, Brandenhild. With fine and juicy looking grapes. They used to be quite blocky. They're a little less blocky now, but they used to be as polygonal as you, Brandenhild. Anyway, Midlander agriculturists. Your description would lead me to believe you're looking for one of the mandragoras hereabouts. But if, as you say, it's something else you're after, then I'm not sure I can be of much help. I only just started working here, so you might have more luck asking the older hands. Okay. Delion? Mark my words, I will find evidence I require. They can't hide all traces of their alien alliance. Alright. Ah, you must be talking about one of those new mandragora strains. We whipped up a batch of brightly bruised stray onions, but I'm afraid they started to rot almost immediately. Not a mandra, you say? Well, the only other bluish thing I can think of about here are the grapes. Look how luscious this crop turned out. Thank you, but I'm not interested in the grapes at the moment. Let's try this Lullafellan agriculturalist. Yes, I saw a little blue man. Saw it with my own 2 eyes, I did. It was no mandragora. The gleaner and company of an outside visitor passed through a little while back. Nothing too unusual here, only this, friend you described was scuttling along with them. I know not what purpose brought them to the farm, but whatever it was, they didn't tarry here long. Okay, we got something. How could anyone ever mistake me for a mandragora? We look nothing alike. You kinda look alike, in only body shape. Nashu? Master PuPu's found a new friend. Maybe they can help us find the old one. Alrighty. Here's what I learned. Wonderful! That corroborates the information I but moments ago skillfully squirreled out of this farmer. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question. In fact, I will bring him to talk to us shortly. Let us round up the others. We should be present to hear what revelations this professional collector has to share. You're the folks asking for the little blue man, yes? Oh, and you've brought someone who's practically identical. You must be the same species, surely. My friend was really here, then? They certainly were. If you have a moment or 3, I'll tell you the whole tale. To begin at the beginning, I was in Thavnir on a procurement mission when I crossed paths with an apothecary and his unusual companion. As I mentioned, the companion was almost your twin in appearance, and the wagon they rode upon bore a damaged vessel, the likes of which I'd never seen before. Well then. Could it be? As a collector by trade, I have a certain weakness for oddities, thus did I hail the apothecary to inquire after his company and his cargo. The man was only too happy to share his story. He had, it seemed, quite recklessly plunged into the war-torn lands of Garlemald to sell his wares, reasoning that there was conflict, there would be need for medicinal goods. The state of affairs was rather more volatile than he anticipated, however, and he was soon forced to abandon his venture. So the apothecary began this long trek home, only to shortly thereafter discover a strange silvery ship and its shaken pilot, crash-landed in a snowfield. It cannot be a coincidence! Indeed. The story continues. After extricating the battered vessel and its occupant from the snow, he brought them home to Rei'tan. His guests wished to make repairs to the craft, yet even amongst the wonders of the bazaar, they struggled to find suitable parts. Hearing this, I suggested they bring the wreckage itself to Labyrinthos, and after they agreed to the idea, I escorted them here myself. Alas, even the Thaumazian engineers who worked on the Ark were stymied by the exotic ship, finding its technology impossible to comprehend, let alone replicate. The little blue fellow eventually resorted to drafting schematics. While the engineer followed these step by step to craft the essential bits and bobs, the apothecary and his companions were waiting here at Miral. And then what happened? Once our industrious visitor had what they needed, they repaired the vessel in a twinkling. The pair then departed almost immediately. I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. I'm told the apothecary paid a handsome sum for the engineer's services, but being typical Sharlians, I wager they would have been happily forfeited the coin for a chance to pore over every square ilm of that ship. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'm beginning to think that such an incredible vessel must have been some kind of starfaring craft. And the little blue man, well, he must have been an alien from another world. Or so I'd like to believe. I'm an avid reader of the Thavnarian truth, you see, and I love to entertain these idle flights of fancy. But I've rambled on too long. There are errands to attend to, and I really must take my leave. Good fortune to you.
Can it be true? I have a readership in Sharlayan? Perhaps I've misjudged these people.
Would seem your comrade is hale and hearty, Master PuPu, and in the company of a Hanish alchemist of undisclosed description.
Yes, this is wonderful news. I'm grateful indeed that we made the journey.
I have a feeling this case will soon draw to a close. Come, let us return to Rei'tan and continue the search. Alright, we actually have an actual lead for once. And things are starting to come together with the information that we've had in the past. Back to Rei'tan. Let us go. But we are far from over. Here's something else we gotta see, I guess. So, Hildibrand, what information do you have with us now? Also, get some decent clothes again. To summarize our findings, we now know Master PuPu's friend is safe in the company of a Hanish gentleman, possibly here on this very isle. Oh, that does sound promising. Father, you returned to the city. I trust this means your own investigation was successful? That it was, although laying hands on the object of my desire has been a long and frustrating ordeal, to say the least. Much painstaking research revealed to me that the existence of a hereditary Manderville relic, which slumbers the secrets of weapon augmentation. Yet, though I turned to our ancestral home upside down, I failed to unearth the artifact in question. The reason for his absence became clear when I chanced upon a journal of one of our forefathers. He wrote of a visiting scholar keen interest in the relic, and how he thus surrendered it into Sharlayan for safekeeping for study. The trail led me to Labyrinthos, as it turns out. The Sharlayans never did find time to conduct their analysis. The custodian and I found the curio tucked away in a dusty corner of the Archean, still awaiting process. Sheesh, how many years was that? Generations, even? And here it is, every bit as perplexing as Hildibrand's cipher-bound manual. How do we deliberate its hidden wisdom?
Oh, I can help you with that. This device was made by the Mandervillians, a starfaring race with whom we once traded.
The starfaring... Mandervillians?!
Yes, a highly evolved species with a mastery of advanced technologies. Our people shared ideas and inventions, so I'm quite familiar with your family's relic. If you so wish, I can have the device project whatever images were stored upon it. A darkened room would afford us the clearest view, however.
So the Mandervilles are aliens. Then let us retire to our room in common and dim the lanterns. We must behold these secrets with optimal conditions. The secrets of the Mandervilles. Mandervillians? Coincidental naming, or is this some deeper connection? Oh boy. Well, we're about to find out the true meaning of this. Here and now.
Everyone comfortable? Let's see the device has for us.
It's a projector. How novel. I am Hildibrand, wanderer of stars and weaponsmith extraordinaire. First Lord of House Manderville. This is thee, Hildibrand, our founding father? To record this message that my descendants may know the truth of their cosmic origins, the tale is long, but I bid you watch until the very end. Well, lore dump for the Mandervilles.
As of mine, I am not a man born of the star, or even a man at all. I am of the Mandovillians, a race which hails from the far side of the great expanse.
The faces.
Mandovillians are parasitic symbionts. We can only survive by bonding with other life forms. Once our essence has taken root, we supplant the host's mind and strengthen its physical structures, imbuing our new form with a steel-like resilience. I knew there was something alien about that impossible imperviousness. Then through conjoining of compatible host bodies, we produce offspring which harbor the next generation of Mandovillians. This symbiotic variant eventually takes to the stars in search of potential new vessels, adapting and multiplying, so as that our race proliferated and spread throughout the cosmos.
In short, they're venom.
Until, tragically, our flourishing civilization was brought to an abrupt end. Every planet on which we Mandovillians resided was visited by an inexplicable calamity. Our societies were brought to ruin by life forms suddenly twisted into horrific nightmares.
Medion.
That sounds rather familiar. So even the stars far removed in time and space were ravaged by the final days.
Seems like PuPu knows this.
Desperate to avoid the same fate, a comrade and I boarded a ship and fled upward into the starry night. We flew and flew until we found a planet, your planet, untouched by the phenomenon, but the rigors of the journey had so damaged our craft that we were forced to make an uncontrolled descent. I alone crawled from the wreckage, badly injured and near death. But even as I resigned myself to perishing on this unfamiliar world, I was found by a man who had come looking for the falling star. As a rule, Mandovillians do not take intelligent life forms for hosts. After hearing my story, however, this sympathetic gentleman offered to become my vessel of his own accord. He was himself inflicted by an incurable malady, and with what little time left to live, seemed content to know that his ailing body could provide safe haven for another. With his blessing, I set about transferring my essence. The man's form was revitalized and purged of its fatal frailty. Yet the mind which dwelled within was now my own. I went on to build a new home for myself here, making use of my people's technology to ply the blacksmith's trade. I wed a local lass, and together we had a child. Although not pure Mandovillian, our offspring exhibits the same enhanced physiology. A boon I suspect shall be passed down for generations through the bloodline of House Mandeville.
My dear descendants, the folks of this star are most fragile. Yet as the first man I encountered did demonstrate, they are nevertheless capable of surpassing love and generosity. As the last of the Mandovillians, I have but one request to make of you. Pray, employ your superlative attributes, and the armory of Mandeville armaments, for the benefit of these wonderful peoples, whom I hold in the highest regard.
And so he dances.
So yeah, the Manderville's origins are out of this world, Literally.
What an astonishing development. I, Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Mandeville, shall heed the passionate plea of my illustrious forebear. No case too big or too small should be in service of to my fellow man. He learns he's descended from an extraterrestrial being, and it's still business as usual.
That's Hildibrand.
But wait, then why is Lady Julian so monstrously strong? Is she a descendant of aliens too?
Oh boy.
Well, this is a most unexpected. Never did it cross my mind that our esteemed ancestor might hail from beyond the heavens. But I do wonder if that self-same blood still runs thick in our veins. The family tree I glanced over some years ago suggests that... but it's unimportant.
I'd say it is.
My present purpose remains unchanged. I'll bring our Manderville weaponry to the peak of perfection, for Godbrand, and for the good of our star. Before I forget, I have a gift for you, Rei'tan. Pray await me at the Aetheryte Plaza, and I shall bring it to you forthwith.
Alright. I always like getting gifts. So yeah, you've been working with an alien this whole time.
Or have you? Mysteries still abound.
Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Alright, Delion. What do you have to say?
Some truths can shatter the foundations of our beliefs when it's brought to light, but I have to say, this wasn't one of them. The more staggering discovery was that I have devoted readers in Charlian. Those who pursue my publication are allies against the ever-expanding webs of lies and deception, without exception. I have misjudged the Charlian people. They are not collaborators or the architects of a conspiracy. They are but seekers of knowledge unafraid to plumb the depths of the unknown.
That's right. You're learning, boy, you're learning.
That Master PuPu, though, that one still has ulterior motives. I bet my life on it. Stand ready, for we shall have need of your strength when he shows his true colors.
Small steps. I hope you have not been waiting long.
This is the gift I mentioned.
Master PuPu's earnest quest inspired me to indulge in a spot of clockwork craftsmanship between weaponsmithing sessions. Though I thought it only fitting that you'd be the one to care for this diminutive simulacrum. Consider it a memento of your adventures together. Hey, more minions. I already have him, but this is just showing that I got him.
And as for our Manderville weaponry project, I believe my ancestor's artifact has unlocked the door to the next stage of improvements. Should you find time to offer your assistance, announce yourself to Master Geralt, and I shall endeavor to enjoy you with utmost certainty. Until then, my dear Rei'tan.
And there we go. That's the end of this one. Again, I really wish I could show the Manderville questline, but the quests are all done, and I don't know if there's actually any cutscenes in the thing for it. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Thavnair, now it's this guy again.
Oh boy. Lord Vanudi, I come with ill tidings. Professor Luque set an ambush for his nemesis, but once more defeated. His current whereabouts are unclear. That blithering dolt.
Oh boy, ominous.
No matter. Preparations are well underway. The manifestation will proceed as planned.
He's making a clone army. But what for? What for indeed? Well... that's creepy. But we'll find out soon enough, I suppose. And once again, a song. Let's see if I can actually sing it right. Bum, 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 bum. Extraterrestrial calamity. Cosmically altered physiology. Gentleman's man, the first of their clan. An ancestor of quality, our Godbrand Mandeville. Truth can be stranger than the tallest tale. See, Inspector. This is such a weird one. Oh boy. So yeah, the Mandervilles are aliens, or at least descended from aliens. How much of that bloodline still remains in their body? Who can say? Regardless, this explains a lot and yet explains nothing, in my mind. Because, whew boy, they're weird. But yeah, that's it for this episode. This act, actually. In the next one, we will be finishing off the Endwalker Hildibrand series. And then, well, it'll be a little while, but then we'll see Dawntrail's first act. So then, hope you all are looking forward for that. In the meantime, this is Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.